We had our own little parallactic clash. Now make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. The Fantomes. This has been some of the most interesting design space that I feel like we've kind of explored in modern era Vanguard history. I've been building a lot of these Phantom decks for premium, and Alphard was built by one of our residents in our Discord. I built Youthberg because I wanted to test a build very, very quickly. It was kind of fun. The Magnolia deck was also fun. Unfortunately, the results for dear old Blangmeyer in Keter Sanctuary was abysmal. I don't really think there's anything to do that we can really fix the Keter Sanctuary build, because there's just too many restrictions on Blangmeyer. Yeah, he's really cool to be able to generate a lot of advantage, and I kind of like that, but it's not enough to make me want to look at the card and go, oh, this is worth my time. It's very unfortunate that's where he is. Mr. Alphard, on the other hand, I think Alphard is a lot of fun. You've got to acknowledge, if you're playing Alphard, that your deck is a glass cannon, especially in premium, because your whole job playing Alphard is you're gonna have to realize that if your opponent has an Elementaria, your OTK game plan is for naught. You are not winning that game whatsoever, which kind of makes Alphard, I need to explore Alphard in Narukami, for example, because this is kind of the same thing that we were kind of experiencing with Virgilla in the very early stages. We tested Virgilla in Shiranui and it was fine, but it was boy, we need to go kick this into Narukami, if we want to get the results, which is kind of what I expect out of Youthberg, or out of Alphard, because he's just an OTK machine. Now, Youthberg, we don't have I'm sure many of you guys remember the original Genesis list that we had on this channel, where you were going Youthberg into Marduk, and you were using the Dreaming Dragon to kind of recycle those resources so that your deck wouldn't basically burn itself out. And that was kind of the gimmick that the deck had, but we no longer we don't have that luxury that it felt like that the deck was trying to generate. But you do have all of the toolbox options that all of the Dragon Empire decks have. Starting with Kagura was probably the easiest. Obviously, Narukami's going to wave at you and probably try to be the one that's going to be the long form idea to test. But once again, we're all in early stages here. I just wanted to put together some early builds and kind of roll with it and just, see what's going to stick, depending on the ideas that, you come up with in the early stages, you can modify and go from there. That's exactly what it's about. Now, a lot of the early games were getting decimated by Blangmeyer. Unfortunately, the Dark Irregular toolbox is just too good. There's not really much that you can say about that, because when you're able to start generating as much advantage as it is, and your grade 3s just start turning over and over and over, and you're just cha-ching, free advantage, cha-ching, free advantage, cha-ching, free advantage. There's only so much that you can hypothetically do for that, which leads me to some of you guys. This was our new mat that we just designed. I'll pull this back a little bit here for you. I know, right? A Blaster Blade free Ren. Why all this? I thought that Vanguard doing all of the collabs from the stream was so ridiculous. I wanted to make a meme mat dedicated to it, because it's just it's so Vanguard has done so much recently that, it's kind of interesting just to, honor the amount of craziness. And, there might be a time later on in this year where, we might be putting on, some of these decks to compete in premium. It's not that hard to take decks and modify them into premium. It's just, you've got to think about the tier that you're going to be, slotting these decks into. And that's where, we kind of come in with the state of premium right now. It's like, we're choosing to play premium for fun right now, or at least I am. Not every deck is going to be a consistent, rainbow of fun. It's just, it's not possible. Something else that we do have the prison deck that I saw a theory posted about online where they were talking about, you're just playing it as a crest deck. You're trying to roll the grade 1 to be able to search for the prison. And if you do see the prison, you're basically good to go. And I mean, that theory holds true. I think that's very, very solid. We will roll in and test some more of that. Also, as of filming right now, Goomba is just been a bad month for Goomba. We haven't seen Goomba. We've had Austin filling in a lot more, draining that poor man's soul of premium. It's just, I'm kind of all over the place with wanting to test Standard right now. Standard in set 13 meta, I don't know, man. It's like Virgilla everywhere. There's nothing I want to test. I'm also deep lands out at the moment, which is kind of an insane thing to say actually, because I love that deck. I've also been peeping some of the Skyride manga. I'm kind of excited to see what they can adapt from that into actual Vanguard. But I mean, we got to get through set 14. We got to see what other Phantoms and stuff are coming. We're still missing. We'll probably have the Mystic for Varga. That's another build that we have put together right now. I didn't get to test it this week. There's a new Varga list that popped up in Japan that was testing some different ratios and different variations. I have not had the chance. It's together. We were going to test it coming off of this playtesting session, but I wanted to test out all of the other variations of these, builds just to kind of see what I could cook up. And quite honestly, it wasn't a terrible idea. It's just we'll have to come back to it later. It's Dauntless Drive Dragon on top of Varga trying to win the game. That's your gimmick, and I'm sticking to it. It's how it works at this point. You don't really get a lot of other craziness. Also, I guess I should probably talk about the Magnolia deck really quick before we wrap this up. New Magnolia. This card's broken. All right. Turns grade 4. Color Bop go kind of crazy. You don't get the luxury of going into, Heltruda, but doesn't really matter. You've also got a built-in ride line in the deck that just kind of naturally flows very, very nicely for the deck. And that kind of feels kind of nice, actually. I do appreciate that. Having all of that flow together just kind of makes the deck feel nice. Is it going to be, top, Bermuda? It's probably not. But once again, we're here to test out fun ideas. We're here to, have fun with premium and give it some more time. We'll see what more comes. I'm about to go back on my Dark Chronicles here. I kind of want to play some more Chaos Breaker. It's kind of getting to the point that, we're about to kind of dive deeper into this. But for now, I like the Phantom decks. They're fun, competitively viable. Not so much. You're playing gimmicks. You will always be playing gimmicks against gimmicks, and that's what makes premium a lot of fun. That's why we choose to play this side of the game. So please leave a comment down below if you've got. Please join our premium Discord server if you have any cool ideas. I like using the ideas that we have for more fun ideas. Just kind of test out the waters, and we build so much. Alright, you guys have a good rest of your day, alright? Thanks for watching today's video. Check out tradingcardmint.com down below in the description. Enter MCOL40 on checkout, save a little bit of money on your purchase. Check out mcolgames.com if you're interested in getting some cool play mats and single trading cards as well. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications so you don't miss one of our videos. Thanks for watching.